Gotta make a rundown.
There we go. All right. So, I was just talking to Judy. These are some interesting times in terms of weather. Here in the Midwest, the last couple of weeks we were actually pretty chilly. Like I had my sweaters out and things. And then this weekend, we're having heat advisories, like the heat index, and that includes the humidity. Is pretty high. I went to the grocery store yesterday, and as I left my house, and I don't even have air conditioning, but we're surrounded by lots of trees, and it was very cool. So I go outside and I wear glasses to drive, and my glasses fogged up. And when I was driving, I had put the air on, and the windshield fogged up. So it's really interesting times, and some of those things could stress people out, but it is what it is. And this, weather related instances are important for us to be prepared so we don't stress out. And so I've been doing just some meal prep for the week because I know it's going to be busy with the kids starting school and just life in general. And so I don't think you can see it behind me. Where is it? Well, behind that young man there is a crock pot, and I have a pork roast in there, and I'm going to be I got an extra large one because they were on sale. And so we'll have some for supper tonight. And then I'll make like pulled pork sandwiches and some type of bowl or something. And then I made a big thing of coleslaw with my own homemade dressing, and that can be a part of it. And so that will, knowing I have these things prepared, will ease some of my stress. This last week I had made a batch of lemon poppy seed muffins with using the almond flour and coconut flour and stuff like that for breakfast. So we had those, and then I made a batch of hard-boiled eggs. So when people were going to during the summertime, they kind of amble down whenever. There's always that stuff there. And then like with the pork, I'll be roasting a chicken probably tomorrow, and then we've got stuff for that. Sometimes I'll throw potatoes in the crock pot and just whole, and those will be like if you just want to have a baked potato on hand, and then you can throw all this other stuff in there. So it just makes life easier if you take maybe a half a day or whatever and get all these things done. The rest of the week or however long you can freeze some of these foods and things, and so it just flows a little easier, and you don't have to worry if there's any incidents that happen, weather or whatever. You've got that part prepared. And then you're also not at the mercy of wherever you end up. And so if you have blood sugar issues, you've got the things planned for that. And just eating the right foods in general can help with your body to handle stress. So you have a good amount of protein, but also some really good complex carbs to help those proteins get into your brain and nervous system. Good B vitamin, vegetables, folate, vitamin C type things to help with your immune system, all those things. So that's kind of what this is all about, is just I find I tend to stress less. when I have these things ready. How about you, Judy? Are you still there?
I am. It just took me a minute to get to the unmute button because I wasn't sitting right by the iPad.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, having a few things prepped. In fact, I probably ought to do a few things in case we lose power here with the tropical storm.
Yeah, you have your storms coming up. I know we were talking about earlier too, out east they'd had tornadoes. We get tornadoes in this area fairly frequently. What other type of weather events do you have out there, Judy?
Well, occasionally we'll have a big rainstorm, or we'll get really high winds coming in off of the desert, the Santa Ana winds.
Oh, yeah.
That's usually it here.
Okay.
And we have hot and dry and bake weather. And if that coincides with winds, then we can end up with big fires.
Oh, yeah. And that's another area that being prepared so you could grab something quickly is important.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm kind of down in suburbia. I'm not in the hills or anything, so I'm hoping that I'll be okay.
Yeah.
On all counts with the haven't seen any wind here yet, though the storm is still supposed to be coming in later today. We've already had a good bunch of rain.
Oh, you've had rain?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I keep hoping it's gonna rain here to cut some of this humidity, but it doesn't look like it. So
the humidity hit yesterday.
yeah,
It was like swimming out there.
yeah, exactly. That's how it was here as well. In fact, my grandson was saying he had put his hand on the railing as he was coming down, and he's like, "Oh, what made this also greasy?" And I was like, "What in the world is he talking about?" And I put my hand on it, realized it was just the condensation from all the humidity around us. And like I said, we don't have an air conditioner, so we don't have that to cut that. But have my ceiling fan going right now, and that's really helping me out quite a bit. So you may be wondering what I'm doing here. So I have my microplaner and I'm zesting an orange. I had just finished zesting a lemon, and this is going to go in the quinoa asparagus dish. I took the time to get all the veggies chopped. I know the recipe called for 3 pounds of asparagus, but asparagus around here at this time of year is a little more expensive, so I didn't get quite that much. But I've got orange and yellow peppers, my red onion, some of the asparagus. Got that all cut up and ready to go, and then I've made my quinoa, and that's something else too. You don't, if you make up a batch of something like that, according to what works well for your body, if your blood sugar does okay with rice, you can do rice. Quinoa is pretty nice. You could always make like cauliflower rice or something like that. And that will you just have it on hand. You can either just keep it in the refrigerator for a few days, or if you realize you're not going to eat it, just put it in the freezer, and then you're ready. It's not as tempting here because we live in a fairly rural area. So to get to any fast food restaurant, it's about half an hour away. We do have little cafes and things like that around here. But again, then you're really spending money. Because on top of that, I think it's
I'll be right
appropriate.
back. I
Okay,
just need to get,
okay. You know, you tip and all that type of thing. But this is just much less expensive if you have a farmer's market that you can go to, or a CSA. You don't have to do asparagus. You could just look through that and go, what would work here? You could use broccoli. Again, whatever it is that your body works with. You know, you just think about asparagus has got some really good vitamin C. It's really good for your kidneys, your urinary tract, things like that. And that, again, at this time of year, we're thinking things that will keep us cool, right? And that flushing can help us keep cool. Peppers are cooling. Red onions have a cooling quality to them. So, those are just some things to think about. I'm taking a look at my recipe here. What do you normally eat when it gets hot like this?
Hang on there. Well, I just a few minutes ago had a tomato sandwich.
Oh, yum.
Maybe it's a southern thing, but white bread, mayo, and a beautiful heirloom tomato.
Yep. Nope. I grew up with that too. And I will admit there are times that I really crave that. I do have avocado mayo that I use, and that works really well with that. You know, I know what you mean though. There's something about the texture of the white bread that lends itself to something like that. I
I've
don't know,
tried
maybe
not the same on whole wheat.
it's not the same on whole wheat, but I was wondering if a sourdough bread would be good for something like that.
Oh, probably.
Because at least, you know, you have that broken down and it's not as hard to break down and absorb. There is, whether or not you're into, well, you can buy bread from them too. So, because you read a lot about glyphosate and how glyphosate might be more of the issue than the gluten. It's not that the gluten isn't an issue, but the glyphosate compounds it. And so I found a company. It's a small local farm, well, local to the people up there, that is certified glyphosate and gluten-free. And you can buy the flour to make your own bread, but I think they also have their own breads that they sell. I know they have like a cereal. Let's see if I can find the name of it. So that's kind of my newest experiment. Yeah, the website is 1 Degree Organics. And
If you put it in the chat, it would be there for other people later.
yeah, I was just looking to find out the name of the farm again. No, I'm not seeing it right off here, but there you go. Right now, I juice the lemon, so right now I'm juicing the orange. I'll tell you though, this is more of a, almost smells more like a grapefruit. but it said it was an orange. Okay, as long as it's a citrus. So, the other thing that's really nice when it's warm like this, most of the time, my coconut oil is solid. It is not now.
Oh.
So in a moment, I am going to take this over, this experiment. Understand. Why here. Get a look at my audio again. Speaker. Because I was hoping to. Hey, Max, can I have my phone back, please? Max, can I have my phone back? I need my phone. I need my phone. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Because maybe if I have that on, all we have to worry about is, here. Maybe I just won't use the audio on this. But I did want to have the ability for you to so you can see while I'm making something. That's me.
Yep.
I think, oh. All right, I'm gonna make sure. See, where's the participants? Here we go. Grandma, just a second, honey. Are you making this? That's weird. Yes, I am. That's gonna go in the water. Okay, so what I think I'll do is I'll stop this video, so it's not so weird. And so I'm gonna. This is gonna work. I may have to join via audio. Okay, that's what I'm worried about. Okay, much better. Hey, can you talk, Judy?
I'm talking. Can you hear me?
I can hear you on my phone. All right, cool. So what I'm
Okay.
gonna do is take you over. So used to looking at that camera. Take you over to my stove and you can see what I'm doing. Can you hold this for me?
All right.
Wait, let me turn the screen around. Give me a second. How do you? Oh.
I'm gonna put a couple of tablespoons of this coconut oil in there. Get this warmed up a bit. It shouldn't take too long with the heat around here. I have a dish I'm going to be making. So I made the quinoa already. I used the multicolored quinoa. I tried it. Okay.
Mm.
And I've got my gluten-free.
Well, it's not like good. It's just it tastes plain, kind of.
It's disappointing, but it's not atrocious. Okay. There we go. So now we're getting ready for that. And here, and we just hold it there. Have them hold it there. Thank you. I want my cheese. You should be. Oh. If you were muted the whole time. No, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. See, muted. Getting directions from my talent scout here. Okay, so we're gonna just cook these up for a little bit.
Mm.
Max is already eating them before they're cooked. Not a bad thing, not a bad thing.
Not at all.
Onion. Don't judge. I'm not judging. How does it look? Doesn't it look kind of pretty?
It does look pretty.
Okay, no more, no more. Otherwise, there won't be anything left.
He's eating all the white things. What's the white stuff? Is that onion?
Oh, that's a red onion. Yep. So we've got the asparagus, red onion. Thank you. He handed it back to me. Red and yellow peppers. And pretty much that's it.
Looks pretty.
It's looking pretty. And then I'm gonna friend of mine gave me this spice, the Zanzibar spice. So I'm gonna be putting that in. And then some Great Northern beans, and then that's for later. And then I'll put the zest of the lemon and orange and the juice in here. And then when that's all done, we put it on top of the quinoa. We mix that all together. You know, I will admit the thing that seems to take the longest is the chopping.
Always.
Yeah. So that's why sometimes I'll take one day and just chop everything up. And then the next day it's just bada boom, bada bang. So you would eat this, huh?
Me? Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. There you go. Max, no more. Here, you want to do me a favor? Take this and stir the pasta. Max, your fingers are on. There we go. I'm gonna move over here. No. The pasta's over there. That needs so it's not so sticky. And so we've got the rotini noodles cooking for the next venture. I'm gonna step away from this and let it cook for a while, and then we'll come back. And I'm going to shut this video off. Maybe I'll just leave this on.
No,
What?
I want to use it.
No, I need it.
Do at least turn on the Bluetooth.
No, because then when the Bluetooth is on, then it makes everything all wacky.
How?
How? Because then hearing it, I don't know. I've never used Bluetooth before, and he just got these headphones that are Bluetooth. And when it's on, I can't hear anything. Because
Yeah,
they're using Bluetooth.
They're on the computer.
No, I wasn't able to hear. So we will look at that dish when
And how
it's
are you
ready.
looking- Grandma,
Huh?
how were you talking to her before when I was over there listening to my podcast?
I was off of this camera
Yeah,
here.
now you're off of that.
Yes,
again.
but
Now
I'm
you're-
on the phone.
Yeah, so
Either way, you will survive. You will survive. So the next thing we're gonna make, I think you were around when I've made other different types of salads, pasta salads and whatever, and you can put this in a like a mason jar if you want to. I'm not gonna do it today. You saw those?
Interruption. Am I supposed to be seeing what you're doing?
Not yet. Right now I'm
Okay.
talking. You're good.
Okay, because I'm only seeing your picture.
Oh, you're not seeing me?
No, I'm seeing your picture that you put up when you're not doing, you know,
Huh.
when you're not
Maybe
on
it's because
TV
I'm
live.
speaking. Maybe it's because I'm speaking. Well, thank you for that. I'm gonna shut this one off.
Well, now I'm not hearing anybody. Are you there?
Yeah, because I was muted.
Ah, now I see you.
You know, you see me. Why am I?
You got sound coming out of both things.
Yeah, but I've got it muted.
I don't know.
No, never mind. Next.
Let's talk and see if you still have an echo.
Do you have an echo from me? Because you're getting it from my phone.
I am. I'm getting an echo. I'm getting a.
Yeah. I've done this before and I didn't have a problem. So I'll just leave for now. And I will come back later.
Okay.
No, I used to do all of these, but then I didn't have this particular camera, so that must have been it. All
Possible.
right. And Mercury's going in retrograde, so Maxwell, cut that off. All right, so next we're gonna make a pasta salad because pasta salads are really nice and on hot days, and they can travel well, especially if you don't have like a mayo dressing on it. So
Oh, yeah.
so I am going to get all that going. You ever used an English cucumber before?
Certainly.
Okay, so this one calls for an English cucumber and some tomatoes, talking about tomato sandwiches.
Mm,
And then some more red onion. Red onions are sweeter in my honest opinion.
yeah. Unless you find the ones that are designated sweet onions like Maui or Vidalia or something
Oh,
like that.
yeah, but there's still a different, they're not as sweet as a red onion, I find.
Mm.
So, see, this is.
Oh, I don't know. I grew up with Vidalias and I'm plenty happy with them.
You're good with those?
Yeah.
Red onions are really not meant to be cooked. They're more for raw dishes. I am obviously, but I don't, this is juicy, but I wanted you to take a look
Nice.
at that. Nice red garden fresh tomatoes. It's a wonderful thing this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
You're not able to have your garden this year? I think you said it was too hot.
Well, I just didn't put in the effort.
Okay. There are so many things to do. This is a true story.
Yeah, I had a a graped, little, I don't know, cherry tomato, grape tomato thing that
Oh, I remember that.
they were really wonderful and prolific, and I'd stand out in the yard and eat them off the vine when I had them, but I didn't make the effort this year.
Well, it happens.
Yeah.
There's just so many things to do. I'm gonna go get the English cucumber. Hold on. Okay. There's also an Armenian cucumber. Have you ever had those?
No, don't know about those.
Yeah, they're similar to the English cucumber. That was kind of weird looking, wasn't it? Sorry.
I did grow lemon cucumbers one year.
Oh,
And
those
they're-
are tasty. I think Barbara's, isn't she fermenting them or something? Or no, that's a cucalemon that she's,
Yeah, that's different.
yeah,
Cucamelon. They look like little tiny,
melons.
yeah, like little tiny watermelons.
Yeah,
No, I had it was a regular tasting cucumber inside, but it was yellow and a little bit stripy. It looked kind of like a lemon. They were good. They were really good.
I don't know if you're familiar with lemon balm, but that's really nice too because it's in the mint family, but it has
Mhm.
that lemony flavor to it.
I think years ago when I was growing a lot of herbs and things, I think I had lemon balm.
Yep. It's really nice. It it makes people happy. We need a happy herb.
Yeah.
Oh, this is feeling cool already. Just cutting it. I find when I get too hot, I slow down, like in all manner. It's like your brain slows down. I talk slower.
Well,
Heat will do it. I think it's our bodies telling us,
yeah.
it's too hot to move fast. Slow down and cool down. Was that song? Slow down, you move too fast.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in the South. I couldn't think of living in a place that didn't have air conditioning as an option.
Well, most people around here have air conditioning, but we live in you've heard me say this before, we just live in an old farmhouse. And back in the day, they didn't have them.
Well, a lot of people out here on the coast don't either.
Oh, really? That's surprising.
Yeah.
Does it not get hot?
Well, the closer to the coast you are, the less heat you get.
Hmm,
But no, we get hot days here.
I'd
And
imagine.
I don't tolerate heat well, so I really do need the AC on occasion.
You're probably, well, I say you might be like me, but I'm kind of a cold person. Well, I don't do well in cold weather. Let's put it that way. So anything that cools me down too much doesn't work well with my system. So this is just the inside of the English cucumber. I don't know if you can see that,
Yes.
but the seeds are different. And the flesh inside is, and I probably should have peeled it, but I didn't. I usually don't peel my cucumbers.
No,
But it's just firmer. It's not as watery as, I don't know, is it an American cucumber? This is an English cucumber?
I've been getting the little ones, the little Persians or just the
Oh, yeah,
little bitty cucumbers to make things with. I make a
Yep.
tomato and onion and
yeah,
cucumber thing.
yep, like a Jerusalem salad
Yeah,
with vinegar and all that stuff.
what spices? I've seen it called Israeli salad and
And it-
Shirazi salad for the Persian restaurants. And yeah,
Okay. And my grandma would just call it the down home farm salad because she would make it too, and she was 100% Norwegian, so.
yeah.
Um. But the whole thing is that it just cools you off. I've also taken cucumbers and just stick them. Usually then I peel them, but I'll stick them in the freezer and then just it's like a popsicle.
Mm. Well, the point is that the English cucumbers and the Persian ones and the little ones I get that I forget what they're called. They don't have much in the way of seeds
Right, exactly.
or the seeds in the English cucumber don't really stand out and come out and get you like it would in a normal cucumber.
Yep, and it doesn't, it's not that they're burpless necessarily, but they don't at least for me and my family, I've found that they don't create as much gas.
I think that's true for me too.
We would know, right?
Yeah.
I used to soak them in regular cucumbers in salt water to remove some of that gaseousness,
Mhm.
and then rinse them in water. And I hear sizzling back here, so I'm gonna go check on the food cooking there. Hold on a second.
I don't know, I thought there was a spider out there.
Oh. Okay. Must have been slicing that cucumber a little fast. I just noticed I was bleeding. Like, oh. Way too.
You just noticed what?
I was bleeding.
Oh,
Must have cut
I did
myself.
that. I did that with a tomato the other day. I have this really fancy serrated tomato knife. And this,
Oh,
I think it was one of those, I'm not sure, but I think that might have been a Pampered Chef thing.
that makes sense.
Maybe not, I don't know.
It's
But
kind of skinny.
yeah, and it's red.
Oh, it's red. Okay. Oh, maybe that
Anyway,
is, yeah.
Anyway, I sliced my finger with it because it was very sharp.
Trying to see how I can do this. Max, can I have my phone back, please? So you can see here. My concern is you wouldn't be able to hear me if I took my,
Bring the pan over here and tilt it.
that's
And
true, that's true. I'll be right back.
that might be easier.
Max? Max, I need you to move. I need you to move. Oh, sorry. You're fine.
So, okay.
I think what I'm gonna do is just move us all over. Cause it might be easier. We'll see.
Mm.
Oh, there we go. I'm not even looking to see what you're seeing, but probably seeing my shirt or something.
Yeah, and the hallway.
And the hallway. Yeah, could be worse.
Yep.
Okay. There. Actually, this is all part of my kitchen. All right, so. There. So what I have done is I put in the Great Northern beans. And I put in the juice from the lemon and orange and the zest. And then I put in the seasonings, just kind of warming it up a little bit here. Then it's basically ready to go.
So
So,
where was your Zanzibar spice from?
Zanzibar restaurant in Menominee, Wisconsin.
Ah,
My sister, I have a sister who lives down that way.
mm.
So that I've got one dish ready to go.
I just wondered, it looked like it might have been like, I've got packets of Penzeys samples they sent me when I've ordered spices from them.
Well, yeah, it says Zanzibar restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must have been because my sister one time gave me a bunch of them. So that one's all ready. I'm gonna shut that one off. Move this over here, move this over here. Oh. And so now we've got our pasta. They said I found some gluten-free pasta. I don't always get to find gluten-free pasta around here. And I don't always think about ordering. You know, I'd have to order like off of Amazon or something. And so I don't always get to do that. And sometimes some places don't even deliver here, believe it or not. And so I've got, this is all done. Can you see here? You can see the pan. That in there is the pasta. So I'm going to take it out and drain it. I'll be right back. Well, that's kind of cool. You can see my computer at the same time. That's kind of cool. Let's see here. Maybe I'll move this back. I'm gonna move this back. Hope you aren't getting car sick. See here, or now you only have to look at me.
I'm moving around, so I'm not getting car sick too. I mean, I'm moving from one room to the other, so I turned things off.
Okay.
So wasn't watching the screen to see you move around
No
again.
worries. No worries. Well, whoever is watching this recording, I hope you don't get car sick or motion sickness. All right, so I'm moving this. Each time I do this, I try to experiment with different things and see which works better. There, so now we have the tomatoes and the English cucumbers all done. And what should we do next? Oh, we have the red onion. I'll be back.
That would be pretty even on its own. Lots of chopping. Yeah, you're getting your cord in the
I see
in
that.
the cucumbers there. Your pink cord is definitely in the cucumbers.
Yep, my pink cord, that's unfortunately my headphones, and I could try again and see if it works. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Can you talk?
I am talking.
You are talking.
I
It
am.
is so weird. Because I've done it before.
This is not good with your.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna move this back
It's-
over here. Well, it was an experiment worth trying.
Oh, I see. That was your
That was my,
points to your video and all.
all right, now I've got all these cords everywhere. I am not wireless, apparently.
Guess not.
Okay, This is about as good as it's gonna get. So, can't get her down there. Here we go. And my knife is, what's just here? I've done this before, usually, well, I suppose if Max wasn't using my phone, I could use that again, but I don't know why it was echoing, because I've used it, I used to use it all the time, just that. And anyway, so I'm just gonna slice these up a little bit. No more cut fingers. Well, maybe I won't.
Yeah, careful.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. That's the whole idea, is it's gonna all go in this salad. Alrighty. Looks pretty too, doesn't it?
It does.
Almost Christmassy colors. Let's see what else I was gonna put here. Oregano and garlic. My oregano plant got used up. I had to actually go buy some.
What do we have there?
Oregano,
Ah,
so this will give it kind of that Italian flavor. The other thing too is that it will, this is also really good for your immune system and all that good stuff. So it's going to help with your stress.
yeah, you've introduced me to a few herbs and things I didn't know of with
Oh
your
yeah? Oh, on the Facebook group?
on the Facebook group. Yes.
All right. So which one appeals to you or intrigues you the most right now?
I don't know. Certainly, lemon balm is always a good idea, but as you said, but I'm trying to think what the ones were that the
Let's
things
see,
were that
I did ladies mantle.
Well, that
Yep, that's really good for toning loose tissues.
what was it?
Ladies mantle. It
Yeah, I'm not sure
yeah.
I'd heard of that one.
Yep. Cleavers.
Cleavers I had not heard of.
Yep, that's another good one. I'm assuming you've heard of holy basil.
Yeah. In fact, there was a cooking thing that a gal I follow, Marion Grasby, and they did a whole thing on cooking, on making stuff with holy basil.
Oh, really? That would have
Yeah.
been intriguing.
Yeah, I'll have to find her. Send you a
Yeah.
link or something.
Yeah, that would be great. A lot of these things are things that you know, some are good for teas and some are not. Depending upon their bitterness, or like with ladies mantle, they're a tannin, so it's very astringent.
Uh-huh.
So that would not be as pleasant, you know. It's when we think about like a cup of chamomile tea or something, before bed, that one wouldn't be right up there with that. That was how I take the skin off the paper off. Now the paper actually is kind of good for you, but if you're, so if I'm putting it like in a smoothie or something where I'm gonna blend it, I don't worry about if there's paper or not, but something like this, a lot of people don't care much for that texture in their salad.
Yeah.
But it's actually got some good health benefits, just like the garlic itself. I used to have a mincer, and I found that it's one of those garlic press things, and I found that I ended up leaving more behind, so I just do this.
Mm.
It's also kind of therapeutic, mesmerizing, hypnotic to just sit there and mince away. Maybe if you were in a hurry, it wouldn't be something you'd want to do.
My little garlic mincer has a thing. You mince it and then you dig everything out and then you turn it around backwards and it pushes through the little holes.
Really?
And pushes things out the other way. Yeah.
Well, you'll have to show me where you got that one too.
Oh, I don't know. I've had it forever.
Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna just start putting everything together. Hold on. All right, so what? Okay, the finger thief has been here again. So I've got my pasta. Now, if you want, you can normally just let it sit for a while and cool off. I'm not going to worry about doing that right this minute because I'm just going to stick it into the refrigerator as soon as we're done. So I'm going to just kind of toss all of this in. I've got a few more things to put in, but my cutting board is running short on space as it is. So, and it seems like it takes so long, but honestly, if you're just doing this, you're not sitting here having somebody talking to you, distracting you, it goes pretty quickly. And also you can use other vegetables in this. If your body doesn't do well with pasta, you can leave it out. You can use something else. There's so many types of gluten-free pastas, red lentil pasta, chickpea pasta, things like that. It's kind of fun to experiment with that. So I'll show you what this looks like. I know my grandkids really like it. I do have a spiralizer so that I can make things like zucchini noodles and stuff. So far, that's what we've got. More pretty colors.
Yes.
And I'm going to get some Kalamata olives and my feta. And what else do I want to put in there? Some chickpeas. I'll be right back. Okay. I don't know about you, but I use these things again, the glass jars. So into the sink it goes.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna chop some of these up a little bit. I had looked at one point in time in my life of actually, this is bothersome, buying some raw olives, like directly from a farmer, and then brining, curing them myself.
Mm-hmm.
Then you would know exactly what's in them. But now I have a friend who lives in Italy, and she goes, yeah, that'd be kind of expensive right now to have them ship it and everything.
Yeah.
But I just like olives. Just gonna throw those in there. Feta cheese or goat cheese, if your body can tolerate it, it's probably the easiest to tolerate of the animal cheeses. But they do make you can make your own almond feta cheese. In other words, it's firm like this, so it has that same consistency. You know, if you put it in a salad like this, it would work. Let's see what else. Oh, I forgot the chickpeas.
Mm.
You know, though, sometimes it's just nice. See, when you do this, you just crumble it like this. That's what it's really nice to do it yourself. If you buy the feta crumbles, they actually have cellulose in it to keep it from sticking together, and that can be bad for your digestion. So
Just like when you buy already shredded cheese. Same thing.
yeah, exactly. It's actually cheaper to buy the block itself. There, it's good enough for now. And then garbanzo beans or chickpeas. So this is going to have some good protein, lots of good vegetables in there that is good for your, B vitamins and folate and things like that. And you will see me use a fair share of beans and legumes. It doesn't mean you have to. Again, some people, their body doesn't do as well with beans or legumes. So you can use something else. You don't have to, this is just a template, right? You can use another vegetable. Mushrooms can be good, and it depends upon the texture and things like that. So that's just, do what you feel like you need to do. And then I'm gonna get my Gonna juice another lemon. I have to figure out why that did that, because I listen to and talk to people all the time without having to use that.
Hmm.
Like everything else, it's all good. Maybe it's Mercury retrograde.
Who knows?
Who knows? We just go with the flow. It's like, oh, well, that didn't work as I expected. Next. And I know a lot of people have that kind where you can squeeze it. I don't know why, I just like doing it this way. I have the one that I grew up with when my mom passed away. I got that one. And it's kind of like this. I think I have it right here. I don't. But it's this type of thing, and it's just got a little dish around it. And olive oil. Again, you can measure it out. You can just squiggle away, squish away however you want to. You can add other seasonings to it. I tend to just, because I have a variety of people in my house that have different tastes. So I tend to use salt and pepper just on the main one. And then, you know, I might add other seasonings to mine. So this will be about 3 tablespoons. Where did I put it? I try to buy better olive oil. I didn't get to this time because they didn't have anything really good. And you really want to make sure that your so this is it so far. Let me get my mixer and get it going for you.
Oh, cool. I like those. The mixing hands. I like those.
So there you go there.
Hey,
Yay.
I don't think you heard me. I said I like the mixing hand things.
Yeah, I got those. I don't even remember who gave them to me. Somebody gave them to me. I don't know who it was, but I always say thank you every time I use them. It's really nice. So I have one really quick thing to make if you're looking for something to make for breakfast. And it's this cherry limeade smoothie. And yeah, it's really, really good. So hold on a sec. You can use whatever kind of milk you want, almond milk, coconut milk. If a friend of mine was showing me, she has this fancy, I forgot what you call it, almond cow or something like that. It's you put the almonds and the water in it, and it makes it, and then it's like in no time flat. And I'm like, oh, that could be a good investment. So this,
Yeah.
I'm just using almond milk, and then I'm gonna use my protein powder. Now my protein powder, if you've seen before, actually is like a green. If you have something else that you want to use, you can do that. I'm gonna, meantime, while I'm here, wrapped up in my pink cord, I'm gonna put in my half an avocado. Look how little that pit is. I just usually the pits are so
Yeah.
much bigger.
That's true.
My dad told me recently he actually doesn't like avocados. He says they're too slimy. Well, then you're eating the wrong ones. Yeah. Maybe I'll put Max to work doing the dishes afterwards.
Oh
We'll see
boy.
how, yeah, right. We'll see how well that goes. Now, I got the very last lime at my store. Apparently, the weather in Florida is such that it's hard to find limes these years or these days. So I was pretty grateful. Oh, I love the smell.
They've had a real problem with oranges too, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the weather around here has not been cooperative for everybody, apparently. I think we just get also used to having certain foods, and it's harder for us to choose something else. That's part of why I like to teach people about all the herbs and things, because they're actually, you may see a picture and go, oh, really? That's what that is? I thought that was a weed. And it's actually a good, it's not a weed, it's really good for you. So good. Good lime juice there. And I'm gonna go put some mixed greens in, and of course we need the cherries, right? You know, if you have a hard time sleeping at night, you just want a little something to have in your mouth, or you feel like you're feeding yourself. Tart cherry juice or any cherries is good because it helps you go to sleep. Has that little bit of melatonin.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. And of course, what would a green smoothie be without some greens? And again, this is something that's hard for me to find in my area. They have very few loose leaf greens anymore. You know, finding arugula was really difficult. And I just use this as a gauge. And then I listen to my body and goes, yeah, let's put a little bit more in there. Let's see, what else was I gonna put in there? Oh, my protein powder. And if you put a little bit of sea salt in, that will make it more sweet. And some. And I'm gonna mute myself while I'm blending. Here, I don't know if you can see it. There we go. So here. You can't really see. I've got the greens in there. You can probably see some of the cherries in there.
I
in the
do
middle.
see.
Yep.
I've heard that Zoom now mutes things like blenders.
Oh, really? Well, if you don't mind experimenting with me, we
Well,
can do that.
I was watching a Rita Marie thing, and it did. It
Oh.
muted it.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Here we go. Let's see.
All right. I hear a little noise, but nothing like the sound of a Vitamix. Seriously, all good.
And miraculously, it's all green.
Hey. And it was all quiet too.
All quiet.
So that worked.
Okay. There you go.
Cheers.
Wow. I've made this before, but each time it's like, wow. Yummy.
Well, I put cherry flavoring in things, shakes and smoothie things I've made before, but I never thought about cherry limeade.
Yeah.
I
Cherries.
have to try that.
Yeah, this is, and as you can see, it really didn't take long. It took longer for me to talk about it.
Oh yeah.
But again, sometimes, we talk about stress. That's the theme this month. And sometimes the stress is what to eat. Tell you the price groceries are these days. What can I afford? And do I have time to make it? And then there is that, like, I've been sharing information I know about these foods, but you're your own best expert. What does your body say when you hear me making these things or see me making these things? What is it your body says? Oh yeah, just give me that tomato and mayonnaise sandwich on white bread. Okay, that's what it comes down to, is what does your body say it needs? And then have that conversation. Really, what is that about? Wow, remember those really lovely summer days when we would do that? You know, and so maybe we can make some new memories with cherry limeade.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, do you have any questions for me?
Can't think what.
All right, I truly appreciate your patience. I thought I had this all rigged up and fixed up because that's how it worked last time. Today is another day. So thank
Oh,
you
yeah.
for going with the flow with me. All right, well, if you make
Always
these,
fun and interesting to see what you do,
yeah, right,
make.
and maybe it'll inspire you to do something in your kitchen too. And if
Made
you
me
do
hungry.
it made you hungry? Well,
I
there you
pulled
go.
out a big thing of salad I have here. Let me see if I can. I have a big bowl of
Yeah.
salad that was in the fridge. It was just a prepared mix thing from the grocery.
Sure.
But I had half of it for dinner last night, and all of that food made me hungry. So I thought I'd
Eat something good and healthy.
eat something healthy. Yes.
Good, good. Well, if you do make anything, let me know how it goes. And
Yep.
and if you do any adjustments, let me know how that goes too.
All right.
That's how we experiment. All right. All right, well, thank you very much. And until next month, when it supposedly will be fall, we'll see. All
I'm sure we'll talk before then, but yes.
right. I always look forward to talking to you.
Yeah.
Bye.
So long.